This is the skirt, and this is step number 5A. Waistband to skirt, wrong to right side technique. So this is the right side of the skirt, the correct or face side. You would see the print here. And inside, we have gone ahead and pinned the waistband. So we've pinned the correct side of the waistband to the wrong side of the skirt on the inside. And we've lined up the front left side seam with that waistband, that 1/8 of an inch past that. That's very important. Waistband 1/8 of an inch past. And then the back left side seam, the notch is lined up right with the muslin here. The zipper extends a little bit, but the notch is lined up there. We've put our pins spaced every inch or so. And now we're going to get ready to sew. We're going to move this waistband back and out of the way. We're also going to move the grosgrain ribbon out of the way, and we're sewing on the wrong side of the waistband now. We're sewing to the inside of the skirt. We're going to get in a real good position to get right up there. I'm going to move everything out of the way. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start sewing. Let's go a little back stitch. And if that isn't perfect, I'm going to come back and fix it up. Let's make sure we don't have any other part of the skirt underneath the waist. We're pulling the grosgrain ribbon back. And we are sewing on the inside of the waistband, and we're sewing, you know, it gives us a 1/2 inch, but I like to sew a little bit less. You have the iron mark right here that you can see. I sew probably a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch less. Give us a little bit of play, a little bit of extra room to work with. And as I go along, I'm going to make sure I'm not forming any creases. I'll deal with all those extra threads later. Here we are at the center front. I started on the left side seam, front. Arrange your fabric nice and flat. When we're going over the darts, you can hold them in place. Approaching the right side seam. We also want to make sure that this seam allowance is spread open here as well on the waist. You can hold that down as we're going over. We've just passed the right side seam, and now we're on to the back. That was one dart, and we have a second dart here. Both of the darts are pressed towards the center back. Here we have a center back. Approaching another dart. Two darts per side, center, front, and back. There's a second dart there. Hold that down. Great, almost finished. We're approaching our side seam and our extension. Great. Little back stitch. Let's trim our threads. We've taken all the pins out, of course, because we didn't want to sew over them. And now we're going to move on to the next step, step 5B. We're going to arrange our waistband and pin it. Move on to step 5B.